Artificial intelligence has really affected and improved the teaching of English because last year, from July up to February this year, we were involved in a project by the British Council. And then we were doing something on assessment. And we incorporated artificial intelligence in assessment, especially ChatGPT. So it made the work of the teacher easier because the teacher could easily ask ChatGPT how to do something, and then the teacher would adapt it in his own situation. So teachers decided to assess and set exams using ChatGPT, and also lesson planning. It's very easy. And even writing, you tell the artificial intelligence what to do, and then you just do it. But it needs a lot of guidance because it's not a teacher. So you are saying it's very good and helpful to the teacher and the learner, but it should not replace the teacher. But it's a very good asset, and the teachers have embraced it. And I'm sure that most teachers who are now writing even their proposals, theses and whatever, are using artificial intelligence. So it's something that they have incorporated in their educational system. The only challenge is how to involve the learners, because in the Kenyan system, we don't allow them to use mobile phones in class.
Some of the languages are dead, like Latin. That's why it's still used as a media of communication for very conservative languages like medicine and law, and also in other languages like canonical languages that are used in some denominations. But English being what it is and being dynamic as it is important that artificial intelligence be used in terms of collating the different dialects, because I'm sure when I speak and some other person speak, you can pick that dialect is not the same.
Some of the emerging issues, some of them come from the environment challenges, like we have climate change. It's out here for us to see, and even now it's raining actually. So how do you bring that into the classroom? Because these learners come to your class not in a vacuum. They bring in the issues they are facing out there. So how do you help them learn language while looking at things that are happening out there? There's climate change. There's the use of AI, for example, right now, that would bring about things like plagiarism. How are you training your learners to be able to use it to support them without losing the main focus of what is supposed to be done?
In fact, teaching Tanzania, especially English language, has been challenging because our first language is Kiswahili, and many of us use English when we join secondary levels from Form 1. So you can see here that from standard 1 to standard 7, English is taught as a lesson, so you can have one session per week or 2 sessions per week. So when you join secondary school, it becomes difficult for you now to go with the syllabus, to go with the subjects, because the language used there is English. So even teachers, we as English language teachers sometimes face difficulty in teaching because we find our learners have got a very low standard of English. So we use much energy to make them understand what we teach them and to go with us. But good enough, since the government has introduced the competence-based approach, and so we use the communicative English, so we've been doing a lot to our students to make them understand what we teach. And we thank God that things are now going okay.